Right mate, now we're on the other side. Like I said, I've just realised I hadn't done a video taking these carbs off. So, quickly, it's pretty much the whole bike's there. So, I was riding it yesterday. All I've done so far is I've taken these plugs off. And these plugs off the carbs. Under the bolt there, under the bolt there. And where the throttle cable comes through, take the throttle cable out and get it out the way. These carbs go out that way. They come out the near side of the bike. They physically won't come this way because your wiring loom gets in the way. It's just a pain in the arse to get it out the way. So, that's that side done. Now, on this side, you've got this pipe gets in the way. So sometimes what I do is I just take my seat off and I just take the rear bolt out of here so I can lift the back of the tank up. So I'm going to take these off. These two bolts, I've already done the ones on the other side. And then I'll see if I can wiggle them out. If I can't, I'll just take the seat off and then I'll get back to you. Right, I've slackened the bolt off on the front. I haven't done the one on the back, it doesn't need it really. And I've probably got enough wiggle room there. Put your choke on full, so it brings it down out the way, pull these pipes out the way. And then I'll leave the fuel connector. I don't take that off yet, because once I take that off, mine has a tendency to want to leak fuel out because there's still fuel in the top tank and still fuel in the bottom tank. And it does tend to want to push it through the fuel pump. So, basically, it is just a matter of wiggling. I'll sometimes get a screwdriver under here. Big screwdriver so I can lift this up to get it over the fins. But, like I say, I'll start wiggling and then I'll put you back on. Like I say, I've got no one to hold the camera today. Yeah, and another thing to remember is these rubbers that are on the top, which go into the air filter. Yeah, I just realised I forgot to disconnect them. I just push them up into the air box itself, which is obviously part of the frame on these. I don't know what you can see actually, but anyways, here we go. So now, I don't know if you can see there, you can see where they were. They're up in that hole. I literally just push them up with a very large blunt screwdriver, and then we can just wiggle them towards us. Trying to do this one-handed isn't the easiest, but I'll get that a bit closer. We see there where that's just catching there, so you've got to be careful of. And then all I'll do is I'll just put a screwdriver under there. I'll have to put you down, I can't do it one-handed, and then just wiggle them out. So I couldn't get this to lift up high enough. I got them most of the way up, as you can see they're all got jammed up. So what I've done is with the seat and everything off, so now I can lift this tank up, and with the tank lifted up you can just kind of pop them out, and as you can see that's them popped out free and easy. But obviously they're full of petrol, so I don't want to tip them out, so I have to turn this off again because like I say, I've got to do this all on my own. Right then, so I've been sent a nice selection of manifolds. So I've got one of these, I've never tried one of these ones yet. So I've got one of them, and I've got one, which is these ones I've tried before, but this one was, when it was printed on an angle, so the lines don't actually run around the rings, around where the holes are, because that's where they were splitting. So I've got that one, which is, I'm guessing, 3mm. And then I've got this bad boy, which is 5mm, and it's still been printed on a bit of an angle, so it the fault lines aren't going to be running where they burst the last time, or the last two times. So we're going to start with 3mm one, and then see what happens to that. Then I think we're going to go for the T-piece. I don't know, I might go straight to this one because it's easier to just go from one, but I don't know, I'll let you know as I go. So basically, I have to take these rubbers off to get my carbs off. I mean, people do see you can get them off without doing that. I've tried and I didn't bother. It's so much quicker just to whip them off and then pull the whole carb out. I have done a little video of how I take it apart, because I hadn't done that before. And as I say, I kind of get them off reasonably quickly, and I don't have to take the top tank off or anything. I just kind of, it's carbs out, this setup in. So I'm going to put them back in. I've still got that all together with a big frying pan and everything. I'm just going to change the end on it to see, obviously, to whichever one of these I'm putting on at the time. But like I say, this one's going to be first, which is the 3mm, which is the same thickness as the ones that I blew up. I think these were just printed on an angle instead of being printed that way. They were printed on an angle. So we're going to give them a go and see. I won't get them all done today, I don't think, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. At the moment it's getting early, so I really can't start the bike up. It's only about Sunday morning, and it's about, well, it was 8 o'clock when I got here, so it's probably about 1:15 now. And I have a funny feeling the people who live around here won't be happy that I'm revving the arse off this bike at that time on a Sunday morning. Have fun. Right, so that's them cobs back on. I know last time I said about seating this inside of them before you put it on. You can do it that way. I've done it both ways. I still haven't decided which way I prefer. If you put the rubbers on before, you can actually feel to make sure they're seated right at the bases. But then it's a right mess on to try and slacken them all off. So you can orientate them so they'll actually go on. But hey, that is what it is. You kind of work your own way out. It's just, I'm not saying what I do is right. I'm just saying that's the way I do it. So, but like I said, so carbs go out the near side of the vehicle, and the new carb for me has to go on the upside because I've got a hand shift and a foot clutch, and my hand shift would hit this if it was on the other side. Right, I'm using a slide carb. For those who've never used slide carbs before, inside your carburetor you have this, which is your needle, that, hook down in the side, so, and then you have your spring, which goes inside of there. So, you have to do is, you take your throttle cable end, which would normally have one of those quite large big ends on, and grind it down. You need to have it so it's quite small, because the idea is, it goes down that hole in the top, and it comes out this little hole here, and that's what jams it in place. If you don't do that and you just push it in and use the rubber bung to hold it in place, as soon as you throttle on, it pops that off and your throttle stays shut. So, like I said, that was just a little bit of added, because I have seen it done where people have put them together wrong and then wonder why their throttle doesn't work. But that's basically, once I've got it inside of there, I'll show you what it looks like. So, once you get in, this will focus up a little bit. That's the cable you can see in that little hole there. And that's kind of how it goes. And then all that just slides back in the top of the carb. Use that hole there, tighten it down, and that's kind of it. Right, well, I've had her out, and it's still all in one piece. I took it out nice and easy. I mean, you got to remember, I've blown a couple of these up and having a carb backfire, and then the carb fly off when it's literally touching your legs. Not nice. I'm not one of the faint-hearted ones, but I'm not over keen when carbs decide to shoot off and bash my leg and petrol everywhere and right on top of my exhaust, so I didn't want to catch fire. So I took it easy. I did take it easy. I was out for about 10 minutes. And then I thought, there's only one way to do it, and let's see if we can get it to go bang. So I then did. You know what they say, you know, you only live once, let's see what we can do. So, absolute full fistful. Very talky. I mean, very, very talky. I know some of you really like these bikes. Then really, I'm not keen on them. I think they're a little bit underpowered. Like I say, mine's only 535, so yeah, I think they're a bit underpowered. But with a single carb setup on, a proper pulls on. I mean, proper pulls on. I mean, it's not sports bike pull on, but it's, you know, as much as you want on a bike like this. Yeah, I haven't taken it very far because obviously, if it goes bang, I can't get it back home. And I think the people who I keep asking to pick us up every time I've broke down on one of these, they're getting to the point where it's like kind of, you do know it's Sunday. So, in any case, I've only just kind of been out and about on the estate. But I mean, the speed limit on the estate's like 65 mile an hour or something like that. I'm sure that's what the sign at the end of the street just said. So we had a little bit of a spin round, and yeah, she'll pull on no problem. I mean, galloned it on every gear, galloned it on, even shot it down gears when she was at high revs. Like I said, I tried to make it go bang and it didn't. So, but I haven't had a backfire. and everyone that's gone pop's gone pop on a backfire. So I don't know, and I'm not going to really, I mean, apart from taking a spark plug out and putting some fuel inside the cylinder so it's over fueled so it'll backfire, which I'm not prepared to do. I can't really make it backfire. You know, I've tried to make it. Sometimes you get them when you throttle on really hard and then throttle off and then throttle on, throttle off, throttle off. It'll shoot like what they call shotgun through the exhaust. You can do that, but you won't actually backfire up through that carb. So hey, like I said, and that was I think it was the 3 milli one. Definitely isn't the big one. This one definitely isn't the big one, and it definitely isn't that T-piece one. So that's probably going to be it for today. I'll ping this video across. I think you've already got the other ones. Have a good one, mate.